Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Could Remy's biological father be Deacon? According to the Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon Sharpe will unavoidably become closer to his new employee and mentor Remy Pryce. Even though Deacon only consented to hire Remy on a trial basis, Remy has promised not to let Deacon down and plans to prove himself quickly. Though first dubious, Deacon was desperate enough to give Remy a chance. Deacon also admired Remy's drive because he was not afraid to ask for a place to stay. Remy is now working for room and board while Deacon considers whether to hire him on a full-time basis. Before long, Deacon might conclude that Remy deserves a real paycheck and a pat on the back. A quick bond could develop between them because Remy knows exactly what to say and do to win Deacon over. We must, however, take into account the likelihood that Deacon and Remy's recent bond may be more complex than first appears. Given that B&B enjoys creating stories about long-lost offspring, is Deacon Remy's biological father? It would be intriguing if a later development showed that Remy was a son Deacon was unaware he had. It's common for soap operas to change the past and create new characters when the plot demands it, so that's a possibility here. Deacon would undoubtedly grow connected and want to assist Remy even more if he learned of a new biological connection. Deacon may get in touch with Remy, only to discover that he is the stalker of Electra Forrester and the creator of those awful deepfake pictures. Despite ruining Electra's life, Remy is acting like a complete darling. It will not be long before Remy's evil side is revealed, so Deacon might be shocked that he didn't notice it sooner. In any event, as soon as Remy learned where Electra had moved, he moved to Los Angeles. It doesn't appear like Remy left behind any family members to whom he was unduly connected. If B&B wants to develop a long-lost kid tale for Deacon, it may be possible because Remy might not even be aware of who his biological father is. Nevertheless, based on our forecasts, Remy is a character that will either end up in jail or suffer a terrible fate. Deacon should probably avoid being overly attached to Remy if they actually share a biological tie. We'll keep you informed of any significant news that may be coming their way since, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon and Remy will undoubtedly get to know one another better in the upcoming weeks. What does Remy's secret partner mean for Electra's future? Sheila Sharpe has been noticeably gone lately, according to spoilers and updates for The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B. Sheila's repeated disappearances have not gone ignored. It seems that Sheila has been MIA more frequently than usual, Deacon Sharpe said, even venting his dissatisfaction about the lack of staff. Why is Sheila missing from The Bold and the Beautiful, and more importantly, where is she? Is there a connection between Sheila's strategies during the Shin engagement and Remy Pryce's cyberstalking tactics? Sheila has been missing for a while, according to recent B&B leaks. Despite her seeming change, her Halloween antics showed a yearning for her former life. The chopped heads, skull axes, and other eerie decorations were probably a touch too much for Deacon's taste, but Sheila appeared to revel in the macabre. This conduct suggests that she may be becoming agitated with her new way of life. In a recent episode, Deacon was overburdened during the lunch rush, obviously under stress and finding it difficult to keep up. He said that they were seriously short-staffed, which makes us think about Remy's role. B&B the Cyberstalker, Remy Pryce. Fans watched Remy in a darkened room, staring at his computer screen. Electra Forrester pictures covered the walls. With a foreboding tone, Remy said he was on his way to find her after searching the internet for information about her and finding that she was at Forrester Creations. Shortly after, he was secretly observing Electra and Will Spencer eat at Il Giardino, indicating Remy was in the vicinity. Electra even spoke briefly with Deacon, and it seemed to be her first time at the restaurant. Will appeared perplexed and surprised when he was abruptly dragged away for work by a text message, and Remy crept over to Electra's table as soon as Will was gone. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon Sharpe finds the new guy interesting. Was it really a coincidence? It looked quite probable that Remy had planned that text to guarantee Will's departure, and future spoilers suggest that Deacon will become enamored with Remy. Given Deacon's staffing needs and Remy's desire for a fresh start in Los Angeles, it appears probable that Remy will be hired by Il Giardino. In addition to giving Remy a cause to see Electra often, this employment might enable him to maintain a close watch on both Electra and Will. The word intrigued is a very interesting choice because it suggests that Deacon would start to wonder about Remy's past. It's also feasible that Deacon might notice Remy glancing at Will and Electra. Furthermore, there's a good chance that Deacon's background investigation results and what Remy discloses may diverge greatly. B&B Remy Pryce's secret partner, Electra Forrester's double danger? If Remy gets a job at Deacon's restaurant, it will be interesting to observe how Sheila responds to him. Deacon is so overburdened that he would ignore any possible problems and just be grateful for the additional help. Remy's cyberstalking setup is uncannily similar to Sheila's, despite the fact that she has changed. It is remarkably similar to Sheila's personal arrangement during John Finn Finnegan and Steffi Forrester Finnegan's engagement story. Could Sheila be secretly helping Remy in his quest for Electra, which puts her out of sight? Remy's job, Justin's rescue, and Electra's AI scandal. The arrival of the Bold and the Justin barber gets called into Rich Forster's office in today's episode. Highlights of the Bold and the Beautiful recap. Remy Pryce is hired by Deacon Sharpe, and Electra Forrester shares her hidden AI scandal with Ivy Forrester. Ivy Forrester's recap of the Bold and the Beautiful. According to the B&B recap, Rich will not allow Carter Walton to steal Forrester creations away from him. Hope Logan and Carter are still having sex in the meantime. Ivy mentions how much Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, enjoys Electra while she is working. I really like Will, Electra adds with a smile. Ivy asks Electra how she's doing. Electra claims that seeing Remy brought back all of the memories of her home life. For the late meals, Deacon offers free wine and apologizes to the patrons. While at the bar, Remy remarks on how wild everything is. Remy and Deacon discuss how understaffed they are. Deacon expresses regret. Remy requests a job. Ivy advises that Electra speak with a professional. Ivy desires that Electra recover from the ordeal. Read more, General Hospital spoilers, is Christina deserving of perjury? Does her lying become clear in a flashback? The job of Remy Pryce at B&B. Does Remy want a job? Deacon appears overburdened, according to Remy. Remy may be unable to handle it, according to Deacon. Since Remy has experience working in restaurants, he feels he can give it a shot. Carter and Hope are panting. Hope required that. According to Carter, it doesn't alter their actions. According to Hope, Carter now has the authority to manage Forrester creations. Ridge vents about Carter to Brooke. What will Ridge do? Asks Brooke. A server appears agitated when Deacon corrects her. Returning to Remy, Deacon informs him that he has lost 2 important staff members. Deacon needs a worker, Remy needs a job, and Table 9 urgently needs Mama's red sauce. Deacon is being persuaded by Remy. Remy is not going to go on Deacon, he intends to stay for a while. Ivy believes that Remy and Electra were in Il Giardino at the same time, which is a bizarre coincidence. He found her because of the jewelry brand, Electra explains, telling Ivy about the pictures. Electra breaks down in tears and expresses amazement that Ivy hasn't seen them. To show Ivy the photos, Electra reaches for her phone. Read more, B&B spoilers, Ivy Forrester's new romance. Ivy is perplexed because all she sees is Electra wearing light blue underwear. Not risque either. According to Electra, that was the original picture. Ivy is then shown a picture of herself in no clothing by Electra. Ivy gasps. Electra is adamant that she is not the owner of that body. Although the body was created by AI, Electra claims it's her face. Review of The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter Walton's shame. It becomes clear from The Bold and the Beautiful that Carter is attempting to make sense of things. They can still back out, according to Carter. According to Hope, changes must be made at Forrester. Carter inquires as to whether Hope is reconsidering. Carter is the one taking all the risks, she isn't. Though it's also for himself, Carter claims he would stop at nothing to save Hope. Forrester should reach its full potential, according to Carter. According to Hope, there is yet time until they reach the point of no return. Hope claims that only we are aware. According to Brooke Logan, Ridge is overly sentimental. Ridge can't allow things to get out of hand. Ridge shouts, "It's already out of control." He didn't even anticipate the greatest treachery. Ridge mentions hope. Ridge desires to speak with Carter. Ridge wants to hire a lawyer first, though. This is not something Carter can get away with. Remy also needs a place to call home. Remy is ambitious, in Deacon's opinion. Remy describes himself as reliable. Dishes smashing can be heard when Deacon asks his name. Read more. Catherine Kelly Lang, star of Bold and Beautiful, is a sophisticated woman in many ways. Until he proves himself, Remy offers to labor for room and board. Remy is cautioned by Deacon not to regret it. Electra is reassured by Ivy that the pictures are not real. Although Electra is aware of this, many who witnessed them were unaware of it. Electra only saw people muttering and giving her strange looks in the hallways. She had no idea what was going on. According to Ivy, individuals aren't truly her friends if they believed it to be the case. According to Ivy, women everywhere are being impacted by those who use AI for this reason. Electra feels powerless because there is nothing she can do. Electra breaks down in tears and reveals why she seized the chance to visit Los Angeles. Ivy had heard about it but had never seen the pictures. Concerned about a family scandal, Electra explains the pictures to Will. Ivy gives Electra a hug. Ridge appreciates Brooke's candor. She told him, of course, but Brooke feels it's wrong. This is going to stop with Ridge. Electra is still crying. Ivy inquires as to if she ever discovered who did it. Electra says she just wants to move on from that chapter and shakes her head no. Read more. Justin linked to Ridge and Luna as the Bold and the Beautiful Carter plans to take over? The Brave and the Lovely. And Remy busses a table at Il Giardino. Deacon observes carefully as Remy continues to move. Remy assures Deacon that he will not disappoint him. Remy looks rather thrilled. It appears that you will remain in Los Angeles, Deacon says. After all, for a while. Remy grinned. Hope and Carter are still discussing the circumstances at Forrester. Justin comes in to welcome Brooke and Ridge. Ridge uses the LLC documents to clarify the circumstances. Why isn't Carter handling this? Justin asks. Since he is the issue. Ridge gives an explanation of Carter. Carter is unreliable, which is why Justin is here. Examine it, see what's going on, and crush it, Justin. This cannot be tolerated by Carter. Ridge confronts Carter, Ivy makes a discovery, and Remy wins. Here are spoilers for Tuesday, November 26, 2024's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans can anticipate that Remy Pryce will leave Deacon Sharpe feeling fascinated in tomorrow's episode. Electra Forrester ultimately shares her truth with Ivy Forrester at Forrester Creations. In addition, Carter Walton is questioned by Ridge Forrester over the LLC plan. Find out what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera by reading on. The eerie debut of Remy Pryce. BMB6 makes it clear that Remy is displaying his dual personality. There is the one that Electra doesn't fear and who is her buddy. Then there is Remy's eerie side, which admirers have witnessed. Remy surprised Electra at Il Giardino when he arrived in Los Angeles. Electra added that she and Remy have been friends for a long time and seemed excited to meet him. But it's obvious that Remy is not a friend and has evil plans. Deacon Sharpe's curiosity at B&B. He came to LA, Remy told Electra. For a new beginning. Even after his conversation with Electra ended, Remy still appears to be present at Il Giardino. Deacon is left feeling curious as Remy teases him with his wizardry. Would Remy eventually work at Il Giardino, then? Ivy Forrester's finding. According to Tuesday, November 26 spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Ivy is aware that Electra needs a new beginning. But Ivy is unaware of the specifics. Ivy will inform Electra that Will Spencer, played by Crew Morrow, senses that she is keeping something from him. At last, Electra reveals that sinister secret to Ivy. Will Ivy put forth extra effort to keep Electra safe? Or is Electra's secret not as sinister as she believes? the brave and the lovely. Fans will also witness Ridge as he processes all of the information that Brooke Logan has sent him. In the end, Ridge will face Carter. A sneak peek shows Carter walking inside the CEO's office. Ridge then admits to Carter that he is aware of what he done. The fact that Ridge summons Justin Barber to tidy up Carter's mess is also hinted at. What exactly does that mean, then? What does that portend for the destinies of Hope and Carter? Will Brooke be held accountable by Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes Wood? On Tuesday, November 26, 2024, which narrative are you most excited to see? What do you think will happen to Carter, Hope, Brooke, and Ridge? What lies ahead for Electra, Remy, Will, Ivy, and the other characters? One of the bold and the beautiful's most shocking turns in recent memory could be the eventual admission that Deacon Sharpe may be Remy Pryce's biological father. Remy's abrupt appearance in Deacon's life is filled with the same kind of dramatic energy that usually precedes B&B's bombshell family revelations. Deacon's trajectory has frequently been defined by unexpected connections and the revelation of secret truths about his past. Their developing bond as Deacon mentors Remy suggests an emotional undertone that transcends the typical employer-employee connection. This raises the question, is Remy a long-lost son that Deacon was unaware of? The improbable bond between Deacon and Remy. Remy stood out from the first minute he showed up at Il Giardino because of his desire and desperation. Remy's attitude looked similar to Deacon, who understands more than most what it's like to struggle your way up from the bottom. Despite his initial skepticism, Deacon chose to give him a chance by promising accommodation and board in return for his diligence. Since Deacon saw promise in Remy's perseverance, their friendship swiftly developed into a mentor-student dynamic. However, incorporating layers of intrigue throughout character interactions is what makes The Bold and the Beautiful so successful. Remy's charisma and ability to say the right things could indicate a deeper bond based on a common past rather than just his ambition. This friendship is bound to become more intimate than any of them could have imagined, as seen by Deacon's increasing faith in Remy. A potential biological association. For heritage characters like Deacon, finding a long-lost child is almost a rite of passage in the soap opera genre. Remy's abrupt arrival in Los Angeles seems suspiciously convenient, because B&B has a long history of changing the past to introduce new characters with connections to the show's core families. The writers have the ideal opportunity to explore a dramatic paternity plot because of Remy's hazy past, which includes no reference to strong family relationships. There would be a lot of dramatic and emotional opportunities if Deacon found out that he is Remy's father. The discovery of an unidentified son may offer Deacon, who has frequently battled the fallout from his previous transgressions, a chance at atonement. On the other hand, it can potentially bring new difficulties, particularly if Remy's sinister intentions are revealed. Electra Forrester's shadow. Electra Forrester's shadow hangs over this plot as Deacon and Remy's friendship becomes stronger. Remy's evil infatuation is obviously focused on Electra, who has already been tormented by deepfake images and a cyberstalking campaign. In addition to devastating Deacon, learning that Remy is the driving force behind her pain would pave the way for a major conflict between morality and loyalty. Another intriguing possibility is brought up by Electra's involvement in this plot. What if her contacts with Remy unintentionally result in the disclosure of his paternity? Because of her relationship with Deacon, Electra may be in a unique position to learn the truth, particularly if she begins to piece together Remy's history and motivations. The potential role of Sheila Carter. Sheila Carter's unexplained absence and manipulative past add to the drama. Supporters have pointed out the uncanny parallels between Remy's strategies and Sheila's previous schemes. Is Sheila the missing piece that connects these characters? The consequences for Deacon would be severe if Sheila had been covertly coaching Remy or had anything to do with his grudge against Electra. Sheila's possible involvement also calls into question her own goals. She might use this knowledge to control Deacon or achieve her own objectives if she knows that Deacon and Remy are biologically related. Sheila is a potential contender to further entangle an already complex web because of her history of interfering in Deacon's life. The AI controversy and Remy's hidden partner. The possibility that Remy has a covert collaborator who helps him with his schemes adds another level of complexity to this plot. Could this enigmatic accomplice be a member of Electra's or Deacon's circle? Remy has already been portrayed as a technological genius by the AI-generated deepfake controversy, but it also raises the possibility that he may not be acting alone. The addition of a co-conspirator can up the ante and make Deacon face many dangers at once. Dramatic material can also be found in the AI scandal itself. Unexpected connections may exist between Deacon's voyage and Electra's battle to clear her identity and cope with the consequences of the altered images. There may be a devastating split between them if Deacon finds out about Remy's involvement in torturing Electra, particularly if the truth about their biological relationship comes to light at the same time. The Deacon's conundrum: justice or loyalty? Deacon would be in an impossible situation if Remy's actual nature were to be revealed. Deacon would naturally want to keep Remy safe if he were really his son. But Deacon's own moral development over time may force him to put Electra's justice first. Deacon may be forced to face his own ideals and make a decision that could have far-reaching effects as a result of this internal conflict, which could be a turning point in his life. What will happen to Deacon and Remy next? Viewers may anticipate a blend of intense drama and emotional depth as this plot develops. The difficulties of fatherhood, with its ups and downs, will probably be reflected in Deacon's journey with Remy. Remy's covert plan will keep coming to light in the interim, possibly resulting in violent altercations with Electra, Deacon, and other important individuals. In the end, this story revolves around the question of whether Deacon is Remy's biological father. If true, it would give the conflict a very personal dimension and create the backdrop for one of the most memorable family dramas on The Bold and the Beautiful. Whatever the conclusion, this plot is sure to provide the kind of surprises that viewers have grown accustomed to from this legendary soap opera. What does Electra's future hold for Remy's secret partner? The mysterious newcomer Remy, who has already upended the Forrester Creations structure, is the subject of a lot of conjecture. However, rumors that Remy is working with a hidden partner now pose a threat to alter the course of events and maybe end Electra's time at Forrester. Is Remy's covert partner a close friend? Despite Remy's explosive growth, there are significant concerns about their enigmatic behind-the-scenes relationship with a prominent person. This partner may not be completely new to the world of high fashion, according to early hints. Is there a former employee of Forrester who has a grudge? Or maybe a Spencer Publications employee who wants to upend the Forrester dynasty? Names like Bill Spencer, who is infamous for his cunning strategies and desire to overthrow Ridge, are the subject of wild speculation from fans. Others believe it might be Deacon Sharpe because of his dubious connections and increasing influence. Quinn Fuller, who has been absent from action but has experience with covert relationships, comes next. The part Electra plays in the crossfire. Although Electra has been a rising star at Forrester, she is a potential target for sabotage because of her creative designs and strong relationship with Zend. Electra might be caught in the crossfire if Remy's covert accomplice turns out to be someone who has a personal grudge against Forrester Creations. Could she be fired to make room for Remy's idea? Or will her skill be used as leverage in a hostile takeover? The success of Hope and Carter's alleged new fashion firm could also determine Electra's destiny. If it does, she might defect and join the opposing camp. Forrester Creations implications. Forrester Creations may undergo a significant upheaval if the hidden partners plan is successful. The Forrester legacy might be in jeopardy due to possible ties between Remy, Hope, Carter, and possibly outside forces like Bill Spencer. Given her indisputable brilliance, Electra may have to pick sides or face complete marginalization. The truth about Remy's covert partner will eventually come to light, and Electra's fate could be the result of this high-stakes fashion battle. Stay tuned. Ridge confronts Carter after thanking Brooke. Standing in his office at Forrester Creations, Ridge Forrester turned to Brooke Logan with his customary calmness tinted with appreciation. His voice was firm but full of gratitude as he said, "Thank you. I appreciate your candor with me." With her golden hair swinging slightly, Brooke, who is always elegant but firm, shook her head. "It was the correct thing to do, Ridge. I told you, of course. It would have been wrong to keep this from you." Her piercing blue eyes met his, highlighting her steadfast devotion. Ridge took in what she had said and nodded. Despite their disagreements over the years, he had always respected Brooke's moral character. His jaw tightened as resolution took control, and he announced, "I'm going to put an end to this. Carter believes he can control this business, but he's going to realize he underestimated me." Electra's heartbreaking disclosure. Electra Forrester, meantime, was in the design studio wiping her tear-streaked face with shaking hands. She turned to Ivy Forrester, who was sitting next to her with a comforting hand on her shoulder, and it was clear how heavy her feelings were. "Have you figured out who did it yet?" Ivy asked softly, with a hint of interest and worry in her voice.